Hi, I'm Emma McCann. Today I want to chat to you about having a self-care budget. So most of us will have heard the term self-care, and I'm sure all of us know what a budget is. But basically, to break this down, self-care is anything that we do that really fills us up. Anything that provides us with really deep nourishment, provides sustenance for our whole system. And so self-care might be eating really well, it might be having a good night's sleep, it might be getting out of the house when you need to, spending time with some friends, it could be spending time by yourself, just, I don't want to do anything, letting yourself lie down with a good book or watch a movie. For me, having two small kids, part of my self-care is also really important for me to get some time for myself, and sometimes that's as simple as a hot, freshly made, i.e. not reheated, cup of tea by myself. And sometimes that's really hard to get, and so the kids and I will also have tea party, and we do like a little tea ceremony and a tea ritual. We've all got our own little teapot now, and we can pour our own tea or pour each other tea, and it's a way of being able to get tea in a really mindful way when I need it, if the kids aren't in a space where I can get that myself. Another thing that I do is also my skincare routine is really important to me. And yeah, I'll admit there is a little bit of vanity in there that, okay, I want to look good, but I want to look good because I want to have looked after my skin. I don't want that to be an afterthought. It's part of the way that I nourish myself and nourish my being, to look after my skin, and it feels good. It feels good to put some cream on and to nurture your face, and it's a really deep way for me to have a closer connection with myself. Because as I apply what it is that I'm using, the oil over my body and the creams over my face, I'm really giving myself some self-love and some self-nurturing. So it doesn't matter what self-care looks like for you. It's anything. It doesn't matter how different it is, how quirky it is. It's anything that's filling you up, anything that's making you feel really good from a deep spiritual level. It's not necessarily a quick fix, like I feel better because I bought a new pair of shoes, but sometimes we do have a deep yearning for something that is consuming, that a new outfit that we feel fantastic in, and wearing that and feeling hot in it is absolutely self-care. But just going out, to try to basically cover some need that we have, that if we sat with it could happen, that's not quite the same thing. And then a budget is basically the way that we spend our money, or how our money is allocated across the different things that we need to spend our money on, or want to spend our money on. So when we put those two concepts together, our self-care budget is the amount of money that we've got to spend on our self-care. And you can think about it in terms of money, or you can think about it in terms of activities. So for me, something that is really important for me is that I want to get a massage every month. And the reason why I want to get a massage every month, not that I need to justify it, but just to explain to you the rationale behind this as part of my self-care, is because I always feel great after a massage. And it's really important to me to get the massage that I need by working with the practitioner to say, can I have it a bit more gentle today, or can we really get into this spot because that's where I need it. That feels great. I love the way you're doing that. I love that pressure, and really guiding them so that you can get what it is that you need out of that massage. If I don't want to talk, and where I go, they don't talk to me because that's not the style that they have. But occasionally, if I've gone somewhere else and they're trying to talk, and I don't want to talk, I just really need silence today. And sometimes it can be really hard to speak up, but that's a really important part of me getting what it is that I need out of that massage. And that's not selfish, that's what we're there for. So don't feel bad about guiding them for you to get the experience that you need. And for me, getting a massage is also about moving energy through my body, but also is about balancing my body with the exercise that I'm doing, and just making sure that things are in alignment, supporting the process of balance in my physical body by having somebody move the soft tissue to loosen it is a really important part. I tend to get quite tight down the backs of my legs, even doing yoga, even as a yoga teacher. So that type of soft tissue therapy is really important for me in my body, to just soften everything, but also the touch, having somebody who is there just for me for an hour or for 90 minutes and getting that skin to skin contact, even though it's just their hands, or if it gets tired, maybe, every now and then they will use their body weight, to roll over your legs or to massage your back. But that skin to skin contact is also really great. Just that movement of energy is quite different when it comes from a person rather than sitting in a massage chair. Or we've also got a handheld massager, which is great. It's fantastic, but it's just not the same as hands. And so it's a real gift to myself to go and get a massage every month. So that, for me, whatever that costs to allocate that once a month, that's an easy thing for me to find that money for. But it's also, for me, my skincare routine is really important. I like to nourish myself in the morning and in the night by looking after my skin and giving myself self-love in that way. It's a beautiful way to create a deeper ritual in the morning and the night, but also to create deeper self-love. And I love the modeling of self-care that also demonstrates to my children. So to me, those things are really important, but it just doesn't matter what it is. I mean, sometimes for me, I need to get out of the house. Sometimes I need to exercise. Sometimes I just want to be by myself and I go sit in the bedroom and close the door and say, mummy time. Okay, so it really doesn't matter what it looks like. It's just about having that money allocated for those activities, or saying, I want to do this activity every month. So I want to get a massage every month. I want to go to, some kind of women's gathering or gathering of like-minded people every month. So whatever those two things cost me, that's what my self-care budget is. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether you do it as I've got $200 a week to spend, or whether you do, I get these things and that's how it's allocated. It's just about having a concept, having an awareness of actually being able to spend money on yourself. And for a lot of us, that can really rock our boat, especially if we're not used to spending money on ourselves and our self-worth isn't great. It's really hard to say, hey, actually, I'm worth this. And so have a play with that. Have a sit with where that is within you, where this concept is. Is it comfortable? Is there something about it that feels really, I couldn't do that. Oh, self-care. Oh. So just notice how it feels to think about having self-care and doing it really consciously, because that self-care budget also makes that process really conscious. And that's one of the things that I love about it, is, the way that we give to ourselves is about how much we love ourselves and how much we're willing to honor ourselves. And so thinking about it in terms of, it's okay for me to have these things, really starts to lift that lid and change that programming that it's not okay. So I'd love to hear what you do with this. I'd love to know whether this is a concept that sits comfortably for you, and whether you already have a self-care budget and what it is, or how you work it out. I hope this serves you. Thanks. Have an amazing day. Bye.